Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P4 Thinking Right out here in the lab, but I'm still in the book. I got a nice lesson for you today. You see the pyramid, you see the eye. That's today's lesson. We're gonna unveil the layers of the true self, aka I know it as the chakras. So let's talk about that, right? Isms. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You win when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them, don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my eye, be true. Right thinkers, I'm on page 79 of this book, and every page is a lesson. Right now, we're going to talk about the unveiling of your true self. And you see the pyramid. On this side, it gives you a bunch of stuff. This side is what I'm going to tell you about the concept of my philosophy. They got here, and each level goes up and get to here. And you ever notice why all the pyramids, the top part, the capstone, is not connected to the pyramid? You ever wonder why? Anybody ever tell you why? The crowning of the seventh chakra is outside the body. That represents the halo. That represents the crown. When they put the crown in your head, I wear a crown to cover my head every day. So the concept of the awakening, the I, see what's in the self right here? This here is God. This is the consciousness, and it separates from everything else. Why? Because that's the crowning of what consciousness, the awareness of oneself. Okay, and it comes in all different ways from every individual to get to that level. There's their own way to do it. As I said, if it's 9 billion people, it's 9 billion ways to get to God within themselves. That's what we have the right for each person. Let's talk about this. You see at the bottom it said the body, then it said the name, the job. But let me break it down first. Let me read it. The self, the I, that's pure consciousness. That's God. That's what he represents. For us as humans, matter, physical, the I of what? Awareness, to know thyself. Self already knows itself. He already knew who he is. We as the individual have to come to grips with who we are. Hence, know thyself. The perception of who we believe ourselves to be. Again, perception. Somebody's telling you, you're projecting the concept, but once you get knowledge and understanding of self through what? Daily study and practice of the right things, that will happen for you automatically. And in reality, a complex amalgamation of what we call mental programs, thoughts, and memories that deeply embedded within our subconscious mind, who is responsible for 90% of what we do. But these constructs are not the essence of who we truly are. Again, rather, they are what? They are attachments, okay? And limitations that our thinking mind and subconscious mind have adopted over a period of time. We've come to believe and think the way we present. Okay, that's what presented to us. And what happened? They formed a web of conditioning, way of thinking, and patterns, the way you live, that will shape your identity. Boy, this is good stuff here. And your decisions right there, this right here tells you your decision making will decide which way and how it's going to go. So when you get better at what? Making your decisions in your life, the better your life will go. It's all philosophical, but you can manifest it by doing it and practice it by implementing it. The books could just give you the word, the concept and idea. So you have to put the work in. And it tells you right here what and the shades and patterns do not. But however, they do not. They do not represent the core of our being. Again, the essence of us is spirit and awareness, consciousness along with spirit. That's God. And your consciousness is what's given to you as your mind to communicate with God has latched what? Into these what? Ideologies, the false concept, the fake part, the ego part. There's not the truth. Why? There's layers to this thing that you have to progress through. In Masonic, they call it degrees. In chakras, we call it chakra system, serpent power, elevation consciousness, waking up, what everyone call it. It's a process that every human being has to go through because that's what this is for. We got the most sophisticated machinery known to man with no instructions but instructors. Find an instructor, get instruction, and implement it for yourself and become a master of oneself, to know thyself. Self-mastery is the purpose of human experience. Whatever else you think, don't care. That's just a fact and understanding from my study of my concepts. I can come up with a concept that I can stand on. Okay, you want to argue that point? Okay, argument. That's the fact. Moving on. Again, I don't teach to argue or debate. I teach to enlighten, inspire, and motivate. In essence, again, the true self is what? Pure. That's what my P stand for in my name. I'm pure, real, and conscious. Watch this. Unconditioned consciousness and awareness that exists that goes beyond these mental constructs. This consciousness is not defined by the fleeting thoughts, the emotions, and your ignorant beliefs that what dominate our daily experience when we are ignorant of ourselves. You're going to do wrong things. You're going to do bad things. You're going to do things that satisfy your pleasures of flesh or material things. You're going to not do good things. Watch this. And this consciousness, instead, it is the underlying awareness that what observes and perceives these thoughts. And God sit and watch the ego wild out and the experiences and what? Without being bound by them. Your emotion, your spirit, it don't give a crap about your personal stuff. It's along for the ride, so to speak. Tell you that. But the thoughts and bad habits and conditioned responses that occupy our ignorant minds are like what? Layers of what? Sediment piled on top of each other, like problems. You keep sweeping under the rug, you keep piling up, piling up, piling up. Now you got your pyramid. You got your own pyramid of what? Sediment, negativity. That what? That will obscure your clarity and your true consciousness to become awakened. Over a period of time, you will now become so deeply identified with these layers that now you lose your sight of what? The pure awareness in your life that lies beneath. Because you're so caught up in all the nonsense, you can't see the forest for the trees, as they say. All this is parables and philosophical concepts that if you understand it, you can interpret it, comprehend it, you can put it to use. Why? You use it for that purpose. It's for you to think on your own, outside the box. I ain't telling you what to think. I'm just telling you to think. Okay? Do that. Right. And you'll be fine. Decision making is right thinking. And to connect, watch this. For you to reach the top of this pyramid, there's some things you have to do in here. Okay? The first level is the body. That's the first level, the red chakra. Okay, the safe on the bottom of the box. That's the first level. That's the fight or flight, survival mode. Second was my job, my reputation. My name is Elmer J. Floyd. I own a mansion in the yacht. That's that raising up. Okay, starting to feel yourself. Okay. The third one is the ego. Now you're gonna have trauma, you have memories, you got friends and family stuff that you got to deal with, and a lot of people don't want to deal with them, so they pretty much shut them out or do whatever they do to them. Don't do what's for them. But as a person, these are the things that you have to get good at doing in your daily life. And next is what? Your worries, your bills, and your interests. That's the fourth level at the heart chakra. According to the other side, now you start to have compassion, empathy for what? Somebody other than yourself. I didn't get that until I got pets. I'm a pet owner now, so I know the idea of caring for something that only you can get back to what? Unconditional love. And if you're a pet owner, you understand that. If not, you won't. So moving on. Number 5, the throat chakra. Speaking, we call that makaru, from the heart, honest. I tell you, I'm a truth teller. I'm not here to lie, fabricate, and do nothing but give you the honest truth as I know it to be and that I live by. I practice what I teach. So again, that's the sage title. What I'm gonna help you master yourself, but I mastered myself a long time ago. My job now is to help you. That's why I say I do what I do for you. Again, that's speaking, conversating, and that goes under what they have your what your goals and your passions, all the things that you like to do. As a teacher, I love learning and teaching. That's what I do. And the number 6, when you become conscious, ding, 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 there you go, right there. This is the sign of the perfect man within his physical self, knowing his limitation, understanding who he is. He's a master of himself. That's what my sonic order teaches you. I learned that a long time ago also. Now, this is the crowning. This is the crowning, but it's not attached. Okay, that's why you see the halo behind Jesus' head, the glow, the crown. Everybody who comes to light and illuminates from what? From the head. That's where God dwells. And when you get there, like sparkles and skyrockets, fireworks going off in your head. It's all mental. And once you get that level, you ain't leaving. Okay, you get comfortable with that. A lot of us are comfortable being ignorant with ourselves, not knowing ourselves, and nothing you can do for them. Let them be. I want to teach those who want to be taught. So I'm not out here trying to twist your arm. You got to do this. No, I ain't got time for no commandments and putting laws and commandments on nobody. My philosophy is to think right. Use your mind for some other than the damn hat rack. Okay? Get your crown. What? Get knowledge of self. And that's how you know yourself. That's the crown that you get for what? Doing the work that you're going to do for that to happen for yourself. So everybody gets to have a crown, but it's not connected. Okay? Remember, it's earth. You got to raise up the pyramid. You got to get to the top and reach the purple on the scale of colors, the rainbow. The bottom is red. Second level is orange. Then you got yellow. Those are 3 lower levels that most people, kids like colors, so they see the bright colors. Then you go to what? Green. The heart chakra is green, but the heart is red. The devil is represented by red. Why? Because red is the lowest color on the spectrum. That part they understand. Hell is represented by what? Red. The lowest level is all symbolical, esoterical. But again, to climb the ladder, the 4th is the green. That's the heart. That's the caring, loving. The 5th is speaking. Somebody preaches and ministers. Y'all got important jobs because y'all need to speak from here. But if you ain't got this, you can't do that. If you just speaking from here, then you just BSing the people. Okay, you speaking from here, then you got the heartfelt consciousness, and that's what people speak Makaru supposed to do. As I tell you the truth, I ain't got time to lie to you. And again, the 6th level is when you become conscious of what you know who you are. You and God are one. I'm connected. I reached the Akashic Records. I got intuitive knowledge. I'm wise. I'm illuminated. I'm conscious of who I am. All you gotta do now is just do what I do every day. Live right, do right, and be right. And your life is fun. I'm enjoying life. I got my mother-in-law, both of them had a birthday, 87 years old, and they both said the same thing. I'm happy as I've ever been. To be happy at 87, I want that. I aspire for that. Those are the people who I listen to. Those are the people who I try to be like. What? Long life, longevity. That's the real game. That's the real name of this game. I'm trying to get to 100. I tell you every day, I'm trying to get to 100. Minus that one day. I can live with that. So, hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got a lesson coming up. I was going to double up on the symbolism of the devil. That should be its own lesson. Why? I got a whole page full of information. Look at the devil. That's your concept. I'll be right back. And in closing, right there, man, you all live to be 100 again. Me 100 minus that day. So I never know my right thinkers who now understand the unveiling of the layers of the true self have passed away. You got to master you. That's what I try to help you do daily. I'll be right back with some more for you.